Let's now look at question number 6. We're going to solve this problem using the variable approach method. Here's the original condition. And we'll change the original condition now according to the variable approach method. There's some original volume, which is equal to x. X plus 500 is equal to 4 over 5c. And what we want to know is the value of c. There are, right now, two variables, x and c. And we already have one equation here. So what we need is one more equation. And in condition 1, that gives us an equation. Condition 2 gives us another equation. This makes it likely that D is going to be our answer. Let's see how this works. X minus 500, according to condition 1, is equal to 3 over 5c. Well, what we get when you subtract the top from the bottom equation is x plus 500, 4 over 5c. Let's subtract this. We get negative 1000 is equal to negative 1/5 c, such that c is equal to 5000. That's sufficient. What about condition 2? What we have is 4 over 5c is equal to c minus 1000. What we have then is c minus 4 over 5c is equal to 1000, which means that 1/5 c is 1000, and again, c is equal to 5000. Condition 2 is also sufficient. That's why D is going to be our answer according to the variable approach method, which right now is the most recognized and efficient way of solving GMAT math problems. Let's now take a look at question number 7. We'll solve it using the variable approach method. The first thing we do is change or modify the original condition right here. There's Tom and John. For Tom, we'll have V1 times T1 is equal to D1. And for John, we have V2 times T2 is equal to D2. We want to know whether T1 is greater than T2. So we have 6 variables right now. 2 velocities, 2 times, and 2 distances. And we already have 2 equations. One here, one here. This means that we need 4 more equations because we want the number of equations to match the number of variables to be able to solve for the variables. But usually conditions 1 and 2 only give 1 equation each, making it likely that E is going to be our answer. Now E actually is the answer, but let's convince ourselves of that by looking at conditions 1 and 2 together. T1 rewritten would be D1 over V1, and we want to know whether that's greater than D2 over V2. Well, D1 apparently is 50, so 50 plus D2 over 50 plus V2, and we want to know whether that's greater than D2 over V2. We'll multiply, cross multiply. What we get is 50 plus D2 times V2 greater than 50 plus V2 times D2. Or in other words, 50V2 plus D2V2, whether that's greater than 50D2 plus V2D2. These two guys disappear. So ultimately what we want to know is whether 50V2 is greater than 50D2 or whether V2 is greater than D2. We still can't figure it out because we don't know either V2 or D2. That's why E is going to be the answer according to the variable approach method, which is currently the most recognized and efficient way of solving GMAT math problems. Now we'll look at question number 8. We'll solve it using the variable approach method, and this is a typical 2x2 question. Here's the original condition here. And with 2x2, we have defective and broken window, slightly dented. We represent the 2x2 using the following table. Okay, now with this, we fill it in using the original conditions. Here's defective, not defective, and then we have broken window, and then slightly dented. Now, if we'll call 100C for the total, then we have 5C for defective and 95C for non-defective, which means that we have 5C times 4 over 5 for a broken window, 5C times 1 over 5 for slightly dented. If all of the cars that were broken or slightly dented had defectives, it means that over here on the right side we have zeros. We have one variable, C. This means that we only need one more equation. And now conditions 1 and 2 are each going to give us an equation, making it likely that D is going to be our answer. Actually, the D is the answer, so we'll look at conditions 1 and 2 separately. Here what we have is 5C times 4 over 5. The 5's disappear is equal to 4C is equal to 400. So C is equal to 100. It's sufficient. What about condition 2? 5C is equal to 500. So again, C is equal to 100 and it's sufficient. That's why D is going to be the answer. Remember, variable approach is the most recognized and efficient way of solving GMAT math problems.